Hello. Here we are. Hello, everybody. Trying to fix the small things that needed to be fixed. Just wait a minute. Anyway, well, hello. We finally got the whole animation finally started again. No, I say the animation. We finally got the stream started for once, which is bloody fantastic. It has been some issues and some problems before. I was trying to do it in a higher. I was trying to send it out in a high quality, and unfortunately, my computer couldn't take it. So I had to restart the whole thing, restart the program, and make all new adjustments and so forth. And that was a hassle. It was really hassle. But now we are here. We're finally back. I am back. Last live stream I checked was in December, before the new year, and it has been a lot since then. I have been working a lot. I have been moving as well. I'm in my whole new apartment. Been established at work. I will go back to work in about 2 weeks, so that's exciting. So I've had a very long, actually quite a long holiday, and I just needed to relax and needed to do other stuff. And right now it's sort of in this ball era that I can finally sit down and do some animation. I can sit down and do some drawings as well because the energy hasn't been there. Several people out there, or well, several, one who has specifically asked me when I'm going live, which is very, very sweet. Thank you so much for asking. And it's it's going to be fun to see where we start because I was trying to do this once again, and I just lost complete energy to do it. It's a bunch of the things when it's a bunch when it becomes that sort of struggle with just making everything work together with making everything just be to just function as technology wise. And when that is a struggle for me, then I just give up because then I need to take that thing off and I need to do other stuff. And yeah, so right now I'm very, very happy to be back. Very happy to sit down and do this animation. If you, There's several people who's like this. Uh, I'm sorry, one. There stood two before. One took away their like. I don't know why. But who cares? As I'm gonna introduce myself, I am of course the wardrobe gnome, and I do animation, I do drawings, and I do a bunch of other stuff as well. And today we're gonna sit us down and do some animation. I finally got myself into that mood, into that swing again to do some animations, and I have been a little bit creative to just start doing a character which I just enjoy, which I just saw on a how to explain this. I got inspiration from a picture, and I got inspiration from music from Lord of the Rings, and I just said, yeah, I'm just gonna make one. I'm just gonna set myself down and do a really lovely, lovely character. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, there's being asked here as well. I can see it on the chat. Well, you are well enough to ask me in chat as well. Any questions whatsoever, anything you like, or when this is over and when this is done, you can post me later on. There will be comments down below and so forth because I love talking to people. I enjoy setting myself down. There are many other animators out there, and it doesn't matter if you're a paper animator, a 2D animator, 3D animator. I think we all can come together and just enjoy animation in a big all. To be honest, I'm just gonna find my reference here because that's always good to find. So yeah, what else can we talk about? Again, I've been moving. in my new apartment. I've been living with people before. During last summer, I was just very occupied with work. Now I don't have work. Now I actually taking a sweet, long-awaited time off from a long-awaited time off from a bunch of work and that sort of thing. So it's incredibly nice. So let us actually get started. I'm gonna stop talking right now. We're just gonna jump into the next, which is here we are. Gonna pick that one up as well. Here we go. Gonna pick that one down. Absolutely. So, if you can see, this is the animation that I've been working on. Again, it's an inspiration that I had from a picture and then adding the Lord of the Rings. I think it was Aragorn's song, which is very, very nice. So I just wanted to do this elf character with long braided hair. Now, what I'm gonna do is that we are gonna try to, we're gonna finish off some lines here. We're gonna do them a little bit darker. I'm just gonna make her pop out a little bit. I hope everyone can hear me alright. We're gonna put on some music as well in the background, so we're also gonna figure out what sort of dress she should definitely have. So realize that that's not symmetrical. But hey, we're here to learn, we're here to have fun. We have to learn, we're here to have fun. So let's just get into it. Shall we? I'm gonna start off actually taking off. What pen should I have? I should have a B pen. Absolutely, that sounds lovely. It's gonna sharpen this as well. A thing that I do a lot of the time. And we're just gonna start painting, start doing some animation back to back. And hope you're in for the ride. It says here that I have only, what did it say? I have about 1 hour, which I think it's weird. So we see how long it takes, because I have a separate one where when she's looking towards the camera, as she is now, and the wind is blowing. The braids in her hair flows in the wind. So what we're gonna do? Well, we're gonna start off. Actually, just make your face pop out of it. I have a pen in my mouth, so just live with it. Take care of that for a bit. Placing it down here. I was gonna turn off my fan because it starts at this exact moment. I'm gonna sweat a little bit. There we go. So I'm just gonna fill in. She's going to have very nice lashes. Forgot how much in the way this camera is, but it's fine. It's very much fun. We're gonna pop on some music as well, so I will be talking a little bit together with everyone, just having a really nice time. And well, if there is anything, of course, just name it out, just shout it out. It's completely fine. I will be here with chat. That is completely gone. That is weird. Oh well. Well, no music then. Poor. It's just a bunch of stuff that just turned on. Sometimes I wish they had a little more people to work with me as well. We're gonna fill this ones out a bit. Make them shade out. I had planned to put on the music, and the music was given to me by Cookie Prophet. Just use the music to his videos and that sort of thing. So it should be fine to use it. I hope, or else I'm in trouble. Or we just fix it later on. What can possibly go wrong? Because again, I have a camera right where I don't need it to be. Fill these ones. When it comes to this live stream specifically, I was planning to do this live stream when everything started working. When I finally got it to function the way that I wanted it to function. And someone on my Facebook asked me very kindly if they wanted me to do some live when I was gonna do the live animation. And well, you're in definite luck. Because this was planned all along. Okay, well, I think we're gonna start like this. What we're gonna do actually is also make her already pop in the irises. Like such. It's a recent thing I learned. If you're trying to understand where you want your eyes to be, start with the irises. Start making just dots, and then you can fill out the rest of the eye slowly but surely. So you don't have to kind of just change the eyes a lot, which I haven't done for this character whatsoever. Well, thank you very much, and hello and welcome. Again, not on my original characters whatsoever. It's a character that I have found, so I don't know who made it. Who made it? I need to check. It was made by Armenia. Armenia? Yeah, someone called Armenia. And obviously, monkey see, monkey do. That's how we need to think about secondary things. Especially when we need to learn and need to do stuff. So this isn't my character. It need to be said it out loud, first of all. So he's gonna have his head turn. Very lovely head turn. let's start filling her out a little bit. I'm gonna start over here. Let's see, she turns her head. It would be nice if anyone on chat could say if they hear me good, or if I need to turn up something like volume, or if I need to do anything else. I can try to fix it as best to my comprehension, as best to my knowledge. I mean, I am a theatre technician, but even I, yes, I have my limitations. No, but that's also the sort of thing. If when people talk to me about like technical stuff, they go, "Oh, you know about this stuff. You should know about this stuff." And I go, "Yeah, I should, you know, but it's not." Actually, going to make this a little bit more straight. Just one up here. That's gonna be a better flow when it comes to the final animations. I mean, again, my room is very echoey, so that's as much as I can do. I'm trying to listen to chat as well as I go, so be patient as well. It's weird, I don't see you as popping out as well. I think it's just the view count may be coming later. Again, I have to be bending all over the place. Because I have a mic in the way. Let's do like this. And also why I have this sort of, I have a break in my my sound system. Not only because that, so you don't hear my, first of all, so you don't hear my computer in the background, and the same is to be, and the same is to do with that there's a lot of noise outside. So I have a break on my sound system that makes it, it doesn't go over this sort of pitch. So I can still talk very close to the mic. I need to put up my voice a bit, but it's just that it's so much noise outside as well. Live right outside a freeway, but to be, no, not the freeway, to a main street, to be honest. But there's a bar close by, so I can't complain. Just a stone throw away. Let us see. What sort of weight of paper do I use? Well, I use a very light paper. a lot of papers because I cannot buy animation paper. That's the first thing that needs to be spoken. So this is an A4 sort of light table that I had since I started animation. This has been me for so many years. Never broken down. Never needed an upgrade. And so the paper that I needs to be light. Of course, it's not that heavyweight. I think it's like 70 grams, which makes it, if I just turn it on, makes it really, really easy to see through. So if you're working in keys, you can have an extra couple of layers. Let's bring this up. About 6 couple of layers, and you would still see, I still see, you would still see where everything would be going. Again, the more heavier, if you're using a light pencil like an HB2 and HB or that sort of light, like it would be difficult to trace it. So when I'm doing these sort of tracings, I wait to do secondary parts, and then the more difficult ones that have to be more detailed, more thought out. I will actually take a heavier pencil. This is a B. Maybe I go up to B2. I hardly go H normal dairy pen sized. Thought of that principle of any pencil that you feel works for you, you should use to 100%. It's all about the flow of how you feel when you put the pen into paper, because also it depends on the paper, really. It's a lot of the things that I try to just mention to people, that people who says I need to change paper all the time, or you just need to change pens. Pens are very, it all depends on the paper that you're using the pen on, and it all depends on the pen that you're using on the paper. So I mean, these sort of pens that I use is just normal Faber-Castells. I have other pieces of paper as well. I have point pens as well, but that's more for heavier detailed ones. I always go with normal pencils, because after a while they become thicker, and sometimes I just need the thicker parts to be thicker. I'm very glad that people actually talk in this chat. It makes me talk a lot more. So her eyes really shot off here, but her iris should be. We want them to look exactly, or starting to be aware of our presence. Starting to look towards the horizon. Yeah, battery ones are also fine. I never used a battery one. I always had this one. This is connected to an outlet, to the wall. Oh, I have to bend again. Why my hand is up here is because my microphone is just down there. I'm not gonna go on the lips for the moment because it's still a moment that I need to fix as well. My god. I need to go step by step on that one. It's also fun when you realize that how much you miss this. My god, what does people want me with? I have my phone by my side, I turn it off. And I didn't know it was popular. Shadows. It's a sort of thing what I also very much enjoy. Just recently starting to come back to it because I really enjoy it when it starts to pop out. Is that you have some of the lines that you're going to have, sort of up here, different sort of areas, where there will be shadows to do a thicker line. Where there won't be shadows, you do it in another thicker line, because then you realize that they also pop out a little bit more. I'm using pop out a lot. It's a nice word, pop out. Pop. Your eyes really picking up now. Super nice. I'm just gonna make her have some lashes over here as well. That visible, since I need to resharpen my tools. You should be happy. Everyone should be happy with what they do. I really recommend it. It makes you yourself feel better as an animator. My shoulder needs to be back down here. I just realized. Because even though they're moving, I want them not to move that fast. Continue on. This is the fifth. This is the wrong one. I should flip these over. It's over like such. How many frames will I do? Well, since I'm experimenting a lot, with this character. That shit needs to be up. I love when I realize these sort of things. always be thinking about your own animation and look twice. How many frames? Good question. For the moment, I'm working 12 frames per second because when I go over on my, I always take photos, and what I have is a digital camera. I think I have done a video on that before. That can help me. Damn those cars. That can help me see how it's going. So I start off by doing 12 frames per second, and then if I want it to be either to have more details, I will start doing the calculations to do it either 15 to 20 to 24 frames per second. I don't go over 24 and I do not go below 12 because that's sort of a handy rule. So for this one specifically, I will just do 12 frames per second. Sharpen this pencil. Where's my sharpener? Here it is. Hello, fella. Hello, hello. Let's see. I do post to post mostly. I do key animations. And this is specifically because a lot of the things that I do have I have a finished pose, and I have a start, middle, and end pose to a lot of things, and that kind of helps me afterwards to kind of when I start to look at it, it starts to help me a little bit with specifically for me to see where I need to be or how many frames. So I'm starting to count what would be the nice sort of flow to this. I have another one which is a part of my D&D character, which I played a couple of times, but I really love that character. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I really, really enjoy. And here we are. What was I? It was talking about post to post. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Thank you, brain. Yeah, I should stop saying for God's sake. I did it again. What I mean is that I usually do post to post because a lot of things are. I love doing actions. I love doing, for instance, for the pirate one. I think that's a reasonable animation that I can. That I posted a long time ago. Again, a long time ago. Jumping all over the place. I'm so sorry. What I mean is that yes, I do a lot of post to post because what I do much often is that I will do an action scene and then I will go from start to end and post because that helps me a lot with finding out finding out what sort of tempo I want, what sort of speed I want for all the animation. If I have let's say key 1, key 2, key 3, I need to start figuring out how many frames I want to work with. And since I'm my own hobby animator, since I am my own person who can kind of try it out without being worried about that I can rechange the things, that I can change sort of the speed and choose later on if I want to make it 12 frames per second. But usually, if I want to make something go slow, I will go 12. If I want to make something go fast, I will make it go 12. Did I say 12 twice? I do not know. If I want to make something go slow, I'll go 24. That's what I mean. And if I want to go fast, I'm sorry. If I want to go fast, I will go 12. So weird talking to yourself. I mean, I usually talk to myself a lot, but as soon as I need to be concentrated on doing animation, I kind of black out because I do not have anything on. I'm not trying to have stuff on. The best lesson that I ever got from to do animation was to just do, first of all, just do it, and do it without interruption. Have some music in the background. That's about it. But it should be instrumental because that helps. At least that helps me a lot with the animation, because then I get into the rhythm. Easier. Straight ahead, I think, if I have heard correctly, it's a lot of it's good for, like, if you're gonna do Looney Tune cartoons and that sort of thing, because they need to be fast, they need to be agile, and you just need to go somewhere. And especially if you're going in, let's say, a tornado, or if they're running somewhere and you just need to make it look as chaotic as possible, I would say that would be the time I would use straight ahead. Get in there. Yeah. She's gonna reveal one small braid up there. I hope it can go longer than the hour that they are telling me that I can do. Because this stream will definitely be longer than the 1:20 they have said. 1:30. All right, so it increases, so that's nice. And that's good at using both. I always think that it's always good to have to find what you to find out what yourself to want to use. I forgot to not put on some shades on this one. So let's do that. Let's put on some nice black lines here. It all depends on what you want to do. If you want to uh, do the same sort of thing, if you want to do a dance, you need to start thinking of where you need to start, where you need to end, or what you want to tell. And if you have a situation where, especially for me, I did once with voices, and I was trying to figure out where I needed to go with the mouth movements. And the best way I could figure it out was to go to do post by post, because it helped me to do where do I need to simplify, where is first of all the reaction uh, to what they are saying. And after that, I have never touched doing vocals again. Because it takes time. You need to be. It's a long time ago. I had like a cheat that helped me tell all the letters, tell all the consonants, and that sort of thing. To help me going like if you're saying hello, to what sort of mouth movement it would be. I don't know where that is because I used to hang it up on my front. In the front, I have a mirror on the other side of me, and that helps me a lot as well, finding the expressions. I work simple. Man, my arm is tired. Welcome to US, pal. Welcome, welcome. It's always nice to see another animator. And again, paper animation is just amazing to do, and it's relaxing. That's the first thing that I think about when I do these sort of things. The first thing is that I'm first of all in an element that I always learn to draw on pen and paper way before anything else. I'll look at the chat as much as I can as well. But I always learned this, and when people started to, I told this before, when I started school last years, before I went out in real life, before I went out in real life, they gave me a choice to do of protection on my own. That's a lovely eyelashes. People play. To do some to try whatever I wanted to do as long as I did it. And I started doing animation, which is sort of why I went back to why Mulan is my favorite film, because I didn't know how much it would affect me, because that is just it's a piece of beautiful art. It's a piece. Oh, some coffee. I just think it's a masterpiece, especially when you look at how they're making the beats, how not only how they're telling the story, especially how you look at the faces, especially how you look at how they react to one another and that sort of stuff. That's why I love the movie, and also because it's a really really fantastic movie. Uh, the animated one. I have not seen the new Mulan film. I kind of stopped when it happened when I heard that she was going to have that Mulan was going to have a chi power, and then I just went, well, you lost the whole plot, I think. So I haven't watched any of the new ones actually, which I just trying to. So wait, I need to rest my arm a little bit. So I'm just gonna take up all of these. So I gotta drink my coffee because I'm not used to sitting the way I sit because of all the put-ups, all my setup with the microphone and the camera. So let us see. Let me read some. Uh, shall we see? Oh, in my case, Denmark. Ah. uh, well, let me just tell you no and no. First of all, no, I'm not from Denmark. I am from Sweden. Hallå allesammans och välkomna till Sverige. Yes, jag är svensk. Har alltid varit svensk. Kommer inte vara någonting annat än svensk. I hope it doesn't hurt me anything. Denmark is a really lovely place as well. And no, I have people who are interested in animation. I have people that are always interested in that sort of thing. But I'm not looking for other sort of animators. I'm not looking to do something bigger. I just want to do animation because this is for me so relaxing. No, I saw that one. No, don't be sorry. Don't worry about it. Så är den. Yeah. So right now it's starting to get, well, the sun never goes down here. So we're in the middle of the sun is down for like about 3 hours and then they come back up again. It's very nice. I have the cup in front of my face because I want to take a sip of coffee. Here we are. Let us see. It's also a little bit ashamed to say that. No, I'm not. Mirrors are a fantastic tool. It helps you with a lot of things. I sometimes film myself as well. If I need to do something very, very specific and I cannot figure it out in my head, I always act it out in front of a camera. No one else is going to see it. I am the one who's going to see it, and I will use that to my reference. And I will use that to know how my back is bent, where my arms are, where my knees are bending, where is my central point. You can use a bunch of other methods to figure out how you want to use your animation. And the more you are out and the more you're just observant about your surroundings. I work in a theater and that's fantastic to just be a technician and to just do your side stuff and then to just look at other people doing movements, talking to one another, because then you see how they move their shoulders, because that's something I really had to work on. How the shoulders are moving, how someone is running. Running is not stale, it's a movement. It's the hips move one way and your shoulder moves the other way, because you need to go, it's a propellant. You're using your arms to go forward and you're using your feet to push back a force. That took me a very long time, and I'm still very, very scared to do those sort of things. I need to still rest my arm a little bit. Yeah, it's both. It's definitely. You can. What you're saying is that it's both is relaxing and hypnotic. Uh, at most of the time. Absolutely. I feel it more relaxing because it just shuts off every other brain. I do not know if I have some letters in my head. I probably do. I just don't care. I live my life so far, and just when just when it comes to working with animation, especially when I work with animation myself, it's for my own peace. And I just love to see where I'm going with the animation. I love to see when it's going well. When it's going bad, I take a little bit of time off and just go, all right, I need to rethink this one. I need to regain my energy. I need to find this sort of way. And I love doing characters. Again, we play D&D, and I need to do. We started a new group. They start a new group now, and I have these sort of people that always do the animation, that always draw as well. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was being in Stockholm and having a study. You're putting up a lot of good questions. I like it. Uh, I was doing in Stockholm, and the train took me about an hour to come back and forth to be to be in a place where I just have to sit and wait, and I put on some music, and after a while, I just went, I want to spend my time actually drawing. I want to spend my time because it's 2 hours back and forth that I just sit down and do nothing. And it's, well, basically it's 1.5 hours because I need to walk 15 minutes to to get to the train and to get to where I needed to go and work for 8 hours and then jump on that train and then go back. So it was 2.5 hours straight on to just needed to do something. So I chose my time to do it in the mornings because morning traffic is that you see so many lovely people in the morning. You don't have to say you draw them. What you can do is just you sit down and you just sketch. And you, my recommendation is always take people who are coming in the morning. You see either the most happiest people, you see the most tired people, you see the most angry people, you see people who have so much they want to get done before they get off, or so little they want to do and never wants to leave the train. It's some good references to how people's bodies work and how they act and react. Oh, that's lovely. All right, I gotta do this for another. I gotta do the next one for another. I'm gonna finish this one. As soon as I'm finished with that one, I'm gonna take a short break, a tiny, tiny break, because we're reaching up for an hour. Nothing more than about 10 minutes. You see now the difference in those who are like lined out together with those who are not lined out. And it's beautiful. It's really showing. I wish I had some music in the background, but I don't have that music in the background because I cannot get it to work, which is, again, I'm a technician. I should be able to know how this works. What is turning a little bit, so we're just gonna have the shoulder a bit. Now, when it comes to her lower half, We gotta figure out later on what sort of outfit they're gonna have. It's gonna be elvish. This maybe it's going to be. We'll see. Yeah, no problem. Do you take any long trips? Uh, don't do it in a car, because that doesn't end well. But do you take any? I do not know how Americans do it. I don't know how the buses go or how commute is done in America. Uh, I've been to America once. I say once. As you can see, this definitely is. This one needs to be bent down a bit. Sounds weird. I'm telling to myself. Somebody with music is playing outside. Luckily, you can't hear it. That's good. Yeah, take a break. Take a cup of coffee. Take a coffee. What am I doing? What are you doing? You never visit, you never call. That's my American. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Just get to the so we get that illusion. Here it's going in. Let's see. Doing a bus again? Yeah. When I went to school, I had an iPod where I had a specific soundtrack where I could sleep, and the last play I had, last piece of music that I had was a Scream music. I never listened to it. I just had that, so I wake up 5 minutes before I needed to go off. Yeah, train is always good. I always recommend taking a train. Right, I think this helps for the moment. This is what we're gonna do, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna make myself a new cup of coffee. I want people to just take a little bit of break, stretch yourself, have a good one. Your back is the most important, so have your back and stretch your back. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start. I'm gonna come back in 10 minutes. I don't need that long of a time. I need a new cup of coffee. I need to just stretch a little bit, and I'll see you back in 10 minutes. All right. See you soon. I said, yeah. You see, I need a break. I can't talk now. See you all soon.
because I come home about 8. So it's a lot of time that I am, frankly, not home at all. And yeah, there's been many of the reasons why I haven't updated anything, especially over here. And thought for a while today that let's just do that and try to figure out what we're gonna do for the rest of this time. So we're just gonna try to figure out a position. Because they are going to charge forward, and there I want them to be kind of sort of twisted. One leg in front, so they're gonna be kind of in the front. I'm talking real loudly. Sort of like this. We're gonna go for a little bit of a heavier pencil so you all can see the lines. So we see how long this will be. How well it will go. So obviously we want to figure out a little bit. So yeah, let me just try to talk as well as I draw. I try to be better at it. You can see it doesn't really work. So we have the shoulder even up here. Oh, you all can see a little bit better. So I haven't put up anything again because I have been, well, would it be called off the grid for a while? Let's make a makeshift hand like such. That's a funny thing as well. I just started thinking about. There is not a lot of spearmen in D&D. When we talk about armies, they always imagine some sort of people with no spears, and I miss spearmen because they're so good at deflecting. In this case, it would be perfect. So we have the neck, so we gotta come in here. Sort of like such. Put in the butt, because that is what I've been known for. There we go. Just gonna try to split up the shoulders a little bit to see if I have the correct length. I don't. So yeah, it has been a while. I've tried being drawing as much as I can, and during that time, of course, it's just to, not justifying anything, but been trying to be better at the things that I do, being better at the art that I try to present, and show you all. Now, obviously they're a little bit far away, so if we do those lines like such, it's going to be a center line, higher up, higher up, higher up, sort of in that manner. We take the next one, that's going to be the deflection. And then we want the individual to have a kind of spear already in the front. So obviously this character is going to go and shrink down later on, but for now it's just a heavier sketch. So they come with a spear. I'm doing in the background here. As they come back with a spear, I want to charge forward and trying to figure out where the hands would be. So this is kind of the points of the hands. This one being this one, and this one being that one. And as we can see, we kind of need the shoulder to be all the way over here, and then the head sort of in this motion. So the shoulder may be coming up all the way over here. And not nearly even over here because he's stretching as well. So you can see there's a lot of dots and lines, and that's how I usually work. I'm trying to figure out as well as I go through animation to see where everything would be going. And this is the correct way to do it. Could be. It's all up to the individual. For me, I prefer it this way because then I have a better control where all things going to be. So we have something like this. Obviously, as they're thrusting forward, so the hand is nearly all the way over there as the shoulder part comes down, sort of like a lance. And they twist their hand as well. You should see the movements I'm doing over here. The thumb is nearly up somewhere around here. Smooth and gentle lines. Looks like a haystack. So the head is nearly tilting, I would say. So if I go back behind, the rest of the shoulder kind of hidden beneath this line. Trying to just find a body language as I want to go through step by step. Yeah, it's a little bit stiff. I said I would be talking. I'm not doing a lot of talking. Just gotta work with me here. The shoulder's nearly coming all the way over here. The deflection comes. Is this the right stand? I do not know. I have to check the... Maybe I have to leave the legs for later. Maybe I have to redo the... sort of thing. But what's gonna happen? The secondary part, that's the reflection part. Which is, again, coming in, contact, and the deflection. So what do we have? Well, obviously the spear is going... and it's gonna be cut. Spearman nearly loses any sort of, any sort of balance that the front of the whole body becomes visible again. Nearly takes him off balance.
And we are back. At least I am. I got the music to start in the other one. That's nice. At least. Yeah, sure, go for a food run. Why don't you? I'm gonna continue. So for anyone who has jumped into this very specific moment, or for anyone who watches this later, well, yeah, but welcome, first of all. And what we're trying to do here is a character which I just got the inspiration from, together with some Lord of the Rings music as well. And yeah, just enjoying some nice animation as well. So we're trying to do some dark lines, as you can see, as everyone can see. Really makes the character kind of pop out. Really lovely, really nice. Focusing on the eyes as well. So yeah, I'm gonna put on my very special glove. There we are. And we just continue. Now, let us see. Yeah, I'm gonna continue on until I'm done for the moment. I've taken a break. I have a lovely cup of coffee. I hope people also have a cup of coffee. Oh, that's nice. And we're just gonna continue. So we are starting to get to the point where they will have their face towards us. And my camera is a little bit tilted. It's supposed to look like that, but it does the work. So we go back. I need to resharpen my pencil. Here we are, sharp and ready. Here we go. Let's start with the eyes this time. Since the pen is very sharp. Make them have really, really nice focused eyes. I don't know if this should count as Disney eyes. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I just love the style. Style of the eyes. Yeah. Such. Very nice. They got eyelashes. Oh, pretty. So pretty. Was there any other questions? Did I miss some? Ah, not that much. Yesterday I had a lot of commute with trains. I mean, I commute the best way in Sweden, as I've heard from. I did an opera like a long, long time ago. Last summer, actually. And this Canadian, I will not mention their name, but they were really nice. Were really, really good at doing the opera. Fantastic good. Fantastic. And the first thing when I met them was that they were so impressed of all the trains and all the buses just working as they should, which we take somehow for granted. I genuinely believe that a good society needs to have secondary focus on a lot of commute and a lot of trains. Makes people get places. Nice and fine. Yeah, I think so too. I really like that they have an upward look. Since the head is moving, I want the head to become a little bit more manageable. Oh, nice. So sorry. Well, I bumped into the mic and you could hear it. I do apologize. So sorry. Go. Hope it goes well. Thank you for staying. Really appreciate it. Now we should have some music in the background, but we don't because I know what I'm missing from the stream sender or a program, but I'll fix it later on. Just gonna try to talk as much as possible, which is really difficult because I don't usually talk over my own because it's two sets of my brain that is working together, and one of them is concentrating, the other one is just relaxed. She really looks like an 80s star, doesn't they? Don't they? Thinking a lot of the 80s characters or 80s movie stars that had this sort of look, or any sort of look of that matter. But just this kind of reminds me of some sort of 80s look and some 80s stars back in the day. It's very quiet now. Start to try to think of something that I should talk about. Again, I got my if people love gaming, I recommend to go watch someone called Cookie Profit, because it's, first of all, one of my friends. He's very, very funny. He plays games as well. And I do recommend to help other creators as well. Especially my friend. Didn't tell me what food you were going to have, but yeah. I hope it's something delicious. Yeah, it looks great. I really enjoyed this. I was trying to find anything wrong with the flow. I will also see it later on on the stream. I also kind of look at the camera as well. That helps me a bit, but I need to use my eyes as well, because the camera is right where my eyesight is. Pick up the second one. Here we go, we come to the last piece, I think. She's looking straight up to us. Probably fix the ice later. I just hit the table, I'm so sorry. Sharpen the pencil a bit again. What did it say? Yeah, sure. What people could do also is like this video. Like it a lot, because then other people come and see it too, you know? Then other animators or other 90s kids, I think. Yeah. Probably 90s kid will come and see this. And maybe think, wow, 2D animation, it looks so nice. And I will go, yeah, but it's also very, very, very patience. Patience. I think the same person asked me the same question before. long time ago. And the question was that why I don't do digital 2D animation. Now I slowly but surely go coming into digital, like not animation, digital drawing. I've done that for some time. I still think it is something I still need to. It's trying to ride a bike again, and it's sort of is a little bit of just trying to understand how I want to use. Because what immediately I'm thinking of when I want to use 2D animation, especially when it comes to computer, is to do cells. Because I did a cell animation, kind of the first ones that I did, and it took me so long to do. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, that's nice. The woman's gonna start working. That's yeah. I believe in this. I believe in this. To do cell animation. Because again, it doesn't take away how you animate really. And if you're into 2D, and if you're into that sort of like, if you're into the animating on tablet, or you have a Wacom or something like that, good on you. You're 10 times better than I am on it. I'm always impressed with those who can sit, which is also another thing. Don't when people say I don't have time for this, of course you do. You just need to find it. If you're thinking this is interesting, if you're thinking 2D animation is something that you want to do, then of course you need to find a time and space for it. But I generally think that, just like me, who is a procrastinator, who just has procrastinated quite a lot when it comes to different sort of thing, but it's not. Yeah, it is procrastination. What I'm trying to divorce, take away from that. No, but it's when I generally think about me learning that, is that I need to take my time to do it, and I find a reason to how I want to use it, and it's just to find time to do the animation first of all, because animation takes a long time. This is why I see animation on YouTube and such are going like, yeah, I mean, the closest to someone doing proper animation needs to have a team. And for people who have saying that they are animations, you are, but I would like to say that you are definitely taking a little bit of a little bit of, how do I say this without sounding like a complete idiot? That's is what you're doing is that you're doing a very detailed comic book, or a very detailed animatic. An animatic is used a lot to present a movie or present something that you're just doing your key poses, the most important parts of that whole animation. And it's because you can sit down and very do different poses and then just have to go to the next scene. And it's a very good way to get your stuff out. But I wouldn't call it animation. I would enjoy, feel a little bit peace in myself. People don't call it animation, but they call it an animatic. But hey, it's just me, an old fella doing traditional animation. What would I know? I would know goddamn shit, would ya? I just need to mark down there to say that this one needs to go down a little bit more. Now what I realized as well, and I think this is kind of, I'm gonna go down a little bit, do the flipping motion. And what I want, I'm trying to do it with one hand, to focus on this one, this hairline here. You can see that it's moving downwards as well. It doesn't change position, it's from up here, then it starts to get a little bit straight, then it comes, then it's down there. So it's a waving motion, because again, long hair, long sets of hair that you will have would be a waving motion. Now, did I think about this? Absolutely not. It's just something that I realized that sometimes you do small mistakes and you go, oh my god, it actually works. So a happy little mistake, as Bob Ross, what is his name? Bob Ross would say. Happy little accidents. Just to talk about it. Fun trivia. I didn't do the eyes. Bad. Not doing the eyes. How dare you? Alright. Just make it look something. Yeah. I mentioned it before, I have a reference that I go with, but I also choose a reference that has a front, a side. It doesn't necessarily need that it has to be both left and right, it just has a side, and it has their head both down and up in a neutral state. So that kind of helped me with this character, because then I got to see exactly how I wanted this face to be in my own style, and how they themselves had placed that character, especially when it came to the braids and the hair, to really help with the outline, to see how it would look. Let's do the eyes. maybe do not see it, but a long time ago I had the guidelines. So you see a guideline still here, guideline still up there, guideline down here. Here's a guideline, and there is also a guideline. Never underestimate that I actually use guidelines. Is yeah, I have gone back and forth with this character a bunch, and I didn't draw this. I didn't draw this today because again, it's just taking me a while. Everything takes a while. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. It's the same sort of thing when I did one of the braids. I started from here and I did the one braid. Started from here, I did another. And then I just went, as we talked a long time ago, was that I took and did straight ahead. But when I had these sort of character, this one from, let's say, from this to this is a keyframe, and I think the third one here is also a keyframe. So all these would be 5 would be 1, 3, and 5. 1, 3, and 5 would be keyframes in this sort of situation to just see exactly the movement, and then I would have an in between, and then the 2 and the 4 would be an in between. Looking at the camera as well for the live stream to see that everything's okay, and I'm glad you see this character really coming out the way I want it to be. And here we are. And filled in some, especially the hair, which was hair and the eyes really come up to shine. It's so lovely to see. do this for days, just flipping back and forth and be really happy with exactly what I've done. And that's what everyone should be. Do what you enjoy, flip back and forth, and just be happy that you have done. It's something that you're really proud of. And a lot of things I'm proud of. We're gonna take... Actually, we're gonna continue a bit, because I'm in the mood. Take this one away. We're just gonna place this one. Last one that we did. Place these ones to the side. And then we're gonna come to the hair blowing, and it's not the same as the other ones. I think the other ones are much prettier, because they have all these like wrongs in them. All the wrongs you can just be happy to see. So you can see hair's gonna blow. It's gonna start from here and end here. It's gonna start coming up there as well. Start coming down. Start coming down. I really need to start checking if I'm doing the right voice. So it's gonna come up, then it comes down. And this is about... What I want to do is put another frame about here. So it goes fast. So I don't want it to go fast like it does. So I do it in chain. So I do it actually intense. And then we're gonna put one in between here. See if I do it properly. We do one in between here. So as you can see, I want this to become straight a little bit. And this is all about... I watched a video about a few times and I realized that I want this to be just have enough momentum to be like a whip, and then slowly fall down. And here we're gonna make it in between as well. Then we're back to ascending position. And now she's complete. Her body is completely forward. This one is nearly to completion. Now she's straight forward. So she will end up here. Then to pick up. But let's start from there, shall we? Let's see, what's the time? We're going up on 2 hours. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of things here that I want to redo, like these lines here. These lines here are definitely not something I'm very proud of, because it looks clumped, and I want it to be a flowing sort of motion. So I want this to be... I just want these ones to exist. So in the end, if I just took away this, that makes it a little bit better. But the whole flow should be in this movement. So I'm gonna redo that one. This hair should be just flowing in because the wind coming that way. All these are moving. I need to do the tassels. later on as well. Have a little bit of a cup of coffee. Resharpen my B2. It's a lot of sharpening, but that's what it's a flavor thing, but in the end, I like these sort of pencils, really do. So the first thing we're obviously gonna do is to do the eyes first. Next time I'll try to fix the music stuff again. So I don't have to be that quiet all the time. Can I speak normal? The answer is no. No, actually. I mean, if I wasn't my inner child, half of this wouldn't have been completely. Because I heard a lot of... It's the sort of thing I hear a lot of stories about people being, why do you have nerdy stuff at home? Sort of threads or Reddit or that sort of thing. I think I heard one yesterday. And I had a genuine thought of that they're an adult. Leave them be. It's none of your business, really. But the first thing that I just think about is that you can always have half and half. I have a bunch in my home that is a bunch of nerdy stuff, a lot of D&D stuff, first of all. And then but then you also have that sort of like, you need to have an in-between. You need to have people coming over who aren't interested in this one, who doesn't see the same thing as you do. And it's for me, it's a give and take situation. Have a living room that is, in a sense, in a comfortable way. I'm giving weird tips, but that's my preference. You can have it however you like. It's just in my case that I'm meeting so many different people, and I like to have, for instance, my hobby not to be that much on display. When people come over. Gonna be taking slow on that hair, actually. People want to have in contact with me. need to rest my arm again. Whew. Let us take a little bit of a sip of coffee. Said I wasn't gonna do. Oh boy. So what we're always going to do is what we're trying to do is that, for instance, this hairline is coming down, going over the eye. What I'm gonna try to do, see if it works, that I'm not gonna do the full length dark. I'm actually just going to just stop right above there. Then continue on down here. This one be actually because I kind of want it to be like such instead. This one, see how that looks. Like this. So sorry. I don't know if people hear when I sometimes tap my own microphone. Just gonna check something. Stop doing the hair. Stop. Patience. Do one thing at a time. So like such. So this one is still a thin line. We would color that one in. It would still show that part of the eye to represent how would you say it? To be the sort of see-through effect in eyes. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Ugh. What I'm doing now as well, I'm going back to look at this one when I'm doing this one, because the eyes are going to be the same in both of these. So we're gonna try to do it as symmetrically. We're gonna do it as close to that line as possible. I'm slowly going American. The eyelash is be fixed later on in post too. I think I redone this about just this just this line. I think I've done that a bunch of times, but just because I was never really happy about it. Oh boy. we're gonna fix that hair a bit. And that's gonna be off screen. I just had to kind of have a balance, so just like any robot, if you, how do you say, if you think, I just need to talk out loud, just any action has a reaction. So if you're thinking of a wave that goes back and forth, I want to, with this hair, especially think of waves, because as soon as it hits something, it wants to reverse. So this bulge came out here instead. So it changes from straight curved, well, not let's say, from straight to curved to where it's going and where it's going next. So this to this to this to this to this. My hands are just worse, but I hope you guys understand. I hope you fellas understand, or you guys understand, or you whoever is watching, that to have the force to be projected towards where you're gonna go. Hope that makes sense to many of you. Man, I really didn't care how my braids were on this. Well, you can also see how my jawbone jaw is just completely different, so that's something I need to fix about yay now. And that's something you realize, and that's why I do these sort of things as well. I do certain parts, so I do the hair and I do the face, or I just do the face, and then I go through step by step and just trying to find what I do like and do not like. So just like this is a very round face, but as I've gone through, I really like this angular face. So luckily, I don't have to just accept my fate. I can just redo the whole like sharp face. I hope people do not hear all this, because my phone is just buzzing off. I should just have stopped having it on vibrate. So there. Goes down there. Such. Man, I really did not think how my braids were going to look. So I really need to just kind of just see where I need to be. Let's figure it out from there. I'll fix it later. I'll fix it in post. Right now. I was so glad when I don't know when, but when I first got to know about doing braids, I was so happy, because I always have characters that had braids, and I never ever knew how to do them, because I just went as a young artist going like, how do I do braids? And this, before anyone started, this was before I had the internet. And when in gymnasium, or what would it be? High school, I think. Gymnasium would be high school, I think. But that's was a butt shoulder. I just popped out. Here we are. You can see this braid is not the same as that braid. Let's start to flip. See the difference. So all of this moving section actually needs to be redone. So I also see it creeping up. Shouldn't do. Should actually be down here, but that one is creeping up, coming less. Goes here. That one's supposed to be down here. So I hope I will fix this. But for the moment, that'll do, kid. That'll do. As you can see, compared to this one, whereas I just scraped up and followed together with how it is when we're just starting adding some darker lines. How much of a difference it is. These eyes are completely wrong, first of all. So that I don't want to do. I don't want to deal with those yet. In fact, I'm gonna leave these. I need to leave this face because I just realized that these eyes, where I put them, are not the same size. So I need to take that. I need to deal with that another day. Oh boy! Alright. My back is starting to go. What is the time? How long have I done? Oh my god, oh my boy. Oh boy, oh boy. We don't do this long. So at least we're the first half are very, very interesting to so many people out there. I get to talk about a little bit about animation. And I will hope that the second half is just this catch up to some people. We're like, how does it go? Where do we go from here? I don't know. I have no idea. My other screen is just continuously flashing for some reason. So I have two screens. One, having like the stream studio up, and yeah, enough. But this is the sort of things for shouldn't. There's too big as well. Finding small problems well as I go, and my stomach is growling, telling me to eat, which I should. Remember, kids, always eat, because I sometimes need to remind myself. Yeah, again, so you can just see compare these braids. Lovely, luscious. You see the density, you see the depth in them. Circles. But these are the sort of ones I would go and do with an H2 pen, a very soft, light pen, and to just a very hard light pen. So see, do I have this one? Here we are. Do you see it? Do you see the H2 here? So what I would do is just go over all this again and try to just make a rough again. But yeah, I was talking about braids because then I realized that you can make it a heart shape. And I just fell in love with that stuff because it looks so nice and it fools the eyes to go, yeah, that's a braid. It's so beautiful, it's so nice. And yeah, it is. It's very lovely. In any case, I'm gonna actually take all of these off. I'm gonna take this one off too. Oh, come on. Loose, loose. So I had a question before to how many frames I think all of this is going to be. It's going to be 12 frames because if I wanted to go slower, I needed more frames. But since it is just practice to coming back to doing, first of all, live animation, this wasn't prepared. It was just something that I got as well. Need to be just established. But this is for the first. Oh, if. So all of these were done first half, which I think will be the most interesting part of this whole interaction. But again, you'll know. Some people might find it interesting that I have something to talk about, or just enjoy animation in all. Take it one by one. Here we are. Really good work today. Yeah. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna change back to this. And I am going to move this a little bit. Hope it doesn't disturb any people. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Take a little bit of a sip of coffee. And yeah, we have stepped ourselves into 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I think that will be enough for today. So I would like to just say thank you. Thank can I speak today? Can I? Let us try. Thank you all so much for watching. For those who have been with me right now and have been in the live stream as well, thank you so much. Together with people who have who's coming later on and seeing this end of this, if you do see the end of this, thank you so much for watching later on as well. Don't forget to like this if you enjoy. If you want to probably see more, do not hesitate of finding me on both Instagram and here on YouTube. Both of the names are up on the screen right now. And you know what? Keep on drawing. I had a really lovely time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.